So it was kind of interesting walking around and hearing and seeing the conversations that were happening at each of the tables. Um, what confused you as you got started? What seemed to cause some confusion, or what was something that you didn't know? Layla?
What federal, provincial, and municipal meant.
Okay. Anybody else? Ella? Okay. Anything else?
What trash had to do with
Okay. Anything else?
what hunting and fishing and driver's license do with government.
Okay. So, based on some of these, Layla, you had a way of solving your problem. How did you solve it?
I looked at the definitions.
Okay. And as you looked at the definitions, and we talked a little bit about it, what did you figure out?
That the municipal government is like the government for like Ancaster,
Okay.
and then the provincial government would be the government for Ontario, and the federal government is the government for Canada.
So, if what Layla said is true, and that's correct, then how do all of these things around the room have to do with what Layla said? If this is the federal level of government, and it's like the government for all of Canada, what would these items on the table have to do then with this sign that says federal level of government? What could you infer? Faisal? Okay. What else could you infer? Ella?
Well, Canada probably has to contact the provincial governments with the news and stuff, so they have to use communication, which is like mail and radio and all that stuff. And then there's also the money, which is the banking part.
Okay.
They deal with pretty much all the money.
So they would be in charge of that?
Well, I'm guessing some of it.
Okay. So if they're in charge of that, then what could you infer about the provincial level of government? If the provincial level of government is like for the provinces, so in our case Ontario, what could you infer about what the provincial level of government is in charge of? What might the provincial level of government be in charge of? Have a look. Salman? Okay.
People start hunting fish too much, make it extinct or something. Even though there's maybe like 5,100 million fishes in this world or something.
Okay. So you're starting to think of some issues that might be connected. What else might the provincial government be in charge of? What do you see? What do you see there, Katarina? Okay. So what could you infer then that they're in charge of? We see stuff to do with healthcare, stuff to do with driver's licenses, and stuff to do with hunting and fishing. What can we infer that they are in charge of? Ella? Maybe. What else? Yes? Anything else? Health, food, anything else that they might be in charge of? Maybe. So then if that's true, then let's look at the municipal level of government. When we see things like roads and sidewalks and fire and recycling and garbage collection, what can we start to now infer based on the fact that we found out that that government would be like the one for Ancaster? What can we say about what they're probably in charge of?
Keeping the city like clean and environmentally friendly and keeping everyone safe.
Okay, so these little provocations around the room were set up with the idea of starting to learn about some of the roles of these different types of government. Over the break, you need to be thinking about which level of government interests you. Do you want to find out more about the government of Canada, the federal level? Do you want to find out more about the provincial level, the one that's more in charge for Ontario? Or do you want to find out more about the municipal level, the level of government that would have to do more with our local area, Ancaster, Hamilton? Think about that one, because after phys ed today, you're going to be doing some research about that level of government, and then you're going to be sharing some of your new learning on the Hive, and that's where Ms. Bishop is really interested too. So let's see which one you might be interested in.